Welcome to round 3, know what I mean?
Round 3 team, welcome back. This is going to be called the Round 3 Rewind. But before I get into that, I know you're looking around. A new setting, right? Well, to be honest with you, I've made a lot of poor decisions. Can't even call them mistakes. Mistakes are something that happen once, right? And they're usually by accident. But I've made a lot of poor decisions, all right, over the course of the past 5 or 6 years. And I've let a lot of people down who care about me. So I'm here. I'll just leave it at that. I'm rebuilding myself. So thanks for rocking with me. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the past couple weeks, and then we're going to go forward and we're going to talk about next week. All right, so we're going to start with Manel Kape versus Horiguchi. This is a main event that we nailed, right? Horiguchi had some success with his funky footwork that he likes to use. He had great success with takedowns earlier on in the fight. But as the fight wore on, Manel Kape, like we predicted, he was able to stay patient, and he was able to find the shot that put Horiguchi on. He put him on ice skates. I mean, this guy was wobbling all over the place. He tried to play it off, but he couldn't. You know, he got hit with a nice counter. I want to say it was a counter left. Got put face down, and he's trying to build back up, and he gets caught with an uppercut while he's on all fours, and he completely just crumbles and lands face first. And that's when I want to say it was Herb Dean was the ref. He stepped in and stopped that fight. So awesome win for Manel Kape, and we called it almost to the T. I want to say we were like 2 minutes off. That came a little over halfway through the third round. That knockout did for Manel Kape, and we called for him to win in the 4th round, 5th round, or by decision. Okay, doing this kind of like a live show, just running at you. I have a whole lot going on, so I know you guys don't mind, right? So we're gonna move on here to this past Saturday. And that was Manuel Torres getting knocked out by Rafael Fiziev. We did not call this one right, okay? I thought Manuel Torres was going to get done in the 1st or 2nd round, and it looked like he was well on his way to doing that. He was landing at will. He was getting loose. He was looking like Carlos Prates out there at certain points. But Rafael Fiziev, he stayed composed. He covered up, and, you know, he survived that 1st round and that kind of onslaught that we know Manuel Torres is known for. Came out in the beginning of that 2nd round. He landed a beautiful spinning hook kick. Torres, he got the hand up and blocked. It didn't matter. It had so much force behind it. It still knocked him off his feet. He got up. He just ended up being a sitting duck. He was a stationary target, just back against the cage, trying to throw back. They're in a firefight now, right? And Fiziev just he lands the big one, puts him down, follows up with some nasty ground and pound that I think was a little bit unnecessary. And that was all she wrote. You know, Fiziev getting a statement win in Baku. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful to see. I mean, I hats off to him. I mean, I want to say he won one of his last 5 fights. I mean, he really needed this win, and he got it done. So now, what we're all here for, we're turning the Mac now. Come on, July 11th, the day before my birthday, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway at International Fight Week. I mean, can you ask for anything more? Maybe you can. But we're getting Conor McGregor. Do we know what kind of Conor McGregor we're going to get? Who knows? But we're going to get at least, hopefully, a few minutes of some vintage Conor McGregor bouncing around in the cage. Going on 38 years old, I want to say the same week as the fight. I want to say me and Conor and I, we have our birthdays are pretty close. So I know he's turning 38 fairly soon. And hey, man, he's got a puncher's chance, but I think this is Max Holloway's fight to lose. I don't think there's going to be too much tape study needed for this one, but you never know. Dogs have been barking this year. These older vets have been getting it done. Okay, I know Conor is 5 years removed, though. A solid 5 years, because I want to say that last fight was July of 2021. So who knows? Who knows what Conor's going to look like, but who knows what Max is going to look like. After that last fight, him getting grappled up the way he did, and I hate to say it, Max didn't look that effective on the feet. He really didn't. I mean, if he's throwing those kind of shots at Conor, he's going to have to put, the same way he did on Calvin Kattar if he's going to want to win. He's going to have to put 500 strikes on him because didn't look too clinical. Didn't look like anything that's going to put Conor in danger. So I want to say they have Conor like a plus 300 right now. I don't know. I don't know. And this fight's up at 170. Neither of these gentlemen have fought at 170. And I take that back. Was the Cowboy fight? I want to say, yeah, Conor did fight at 170 against Cowboy, if I'm not mistaken. So Conor does have a fight at 170, and he looked like a little bit overinflated. I will say that. But I don't know. I don't know how this fight plays out. I know Max is going to have to stay on his bike. He's going to have to avoid that power because Connor's going to come forward, man. He's going to come forward and he's going to throw bombs. It's not, that's how Connor's always fought. He's not going to change it all of a sudden just because he's been removed from the game and he's a little bit older. No, Connor's going to come out there swagged out like he usually does, trying to land his shots early. So we've seen Max, we've seen him get dropped as of late. The last few fights he's been getting dropped. Taporia put his lights out for the first time in his career. So I don't think this is some 3-1 walk in the park like the odds are saying. I just don't see it that way. I'm going to dig into whatever tape that I can for this fight. All right, guys. Connor's been removed for so long. I'm going to try to look at some training footage. We got a whole week off. Guys, I have a little something for you later on this weekend. I'm going to do a fighters under the age of 30 who won't make it to 2030. That's right. I'm gonna do a little something different for you guys for the off week. Okay, so this was just a little bit of a rewind. I might do this whenever I'm a little tied up and I miss a card or two and I can't get to you. I mean, life happens, right? I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible, even from the location I'm at right now. Okay, so thank you guys for rocking with me. I will see you next time in round 3.